Welcome to the Midnight Instagram Show, the only show that is about Instagram at midnight. It's really good to see you here. I hope that you have also a very dark environment at your place right now when you are watching this. Today, I'm gonna show you a very new trend on Instagram that I really like. And as you are now here with me, the only thing and really important information that you should know is that this late night show is not edited, so I'll just keep this rolling and rolling as long as it sounds good and as long as you don't actually fall asleep, because I might. I think that it is really great if there's no edit, because then you really get to see the whole process of making such an evening show. And sometimes they are edited, maybe sometimes they are not, but I'd like to keep this very raw. So again, hello again, and let's dive right into those accounts that I am following now on Instagram, and they are really amazing. So first of all, I'll just start my screen recording right now, which I didn't do. So right now I just pressed it, and you will see maybe later on when it's gonna be on the screen. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the profile of Mr. Christo. What I really like about this guy is that he is teaching creatives and people who are into sort of freelancing and having their own business. So Christo is like a god of teaching how to be an entrepreneur and freelancer at the same time. And he recently, or maybe a few months ago actually, started pushing and creating and working on his Instagram in a way that it was very innovative, and in a way that many people sort of catched this his style, and now everyone is almost sort of following the way he makes it, and they're getting they're getting very great results. So let's dive in his profile and scroll a little bit down to see the history. But I need to drink a little bit as well from the very great glass of IKEA. It is now unfortunately closed because of coronavirus in Czech Republic and probably in other countries too right now. So let's scroll down. I promised that I will scroll down, so I'm doing it right now. Yes, so as you can see, he uses a lot of typography, and yeah, he's a design guy who really likes making beautiful things. But let's scroll even more down to the past, and yes, and here you can see his style, right? Is if we open some of it, let's say this one that says maybe, it has 5,000 likes and 140 comments. I'm gonna open it, and what you can immediately see here is that it's a carousel, which means that it is consisting of other slides that we can go through. So I'll just press the arrow in here, and let's see what he means by maybe. Let's go through his carousel. Maybe again, okay. Maybe, okay, that's on the red color. Why is making a decision so difficult? You have to decide. Side, Latin act of killing. I didn't know that. Homicide, suicide, genocide. The act of killing, decide. People are afraid of uncertainty and commitment. Where will this decision lead? That's why they say maybe. It's because each decision is a small step towards one big decision. Getting to yes requires you to remove the risk and pressure of making decisions. How? Make the decisions conditional with an if question. Well, what we could observe from this carousel slide Instagram post is that it is very beautifully made. It has great typography and colors, and there is a clear educational intention. That means that he is actually a teacher who's now putting his thoughts and his ideas and his insights into, yes, one by one square on Instagram carousel that teaches us something. And this one was about commitment and saying maybe. So yeah, it was very captivating. It kept me pushing and wanting to see more actually of it. So that was Christo's post of maybe. And believe me or not, this type of content is really, really now trendy on Instagram. Why? Because when you open one of those carousels, it immediately makes you to sort of slide through, right, or swipe. You know, my computer, I just click, but on the phone you would swipe left, and that helps the Instagram algorithm to know that this content is engaging, you know, because you are spending more time on the content of that creator, and Instagram just spots it, and then based on that also tries to show that content to other people, and you know, and then just it's like a snowball effect. Yeah, the more people likes it and watch it and spend time on that content, the more it will be shown to other people. And that's how Christo got by today it's like 300,000 followers just organically. And for me, he's godfather of this great style on Instagram. I don't know that, speaking to you guys, or you actually speaking to you, or maybe more people who are watching this late show. It's incredibly tough because I get really thirsty fast. So excuse me for a little while. This will be a little cut in the video. Here we go again. I'm back, guys, with my great cup of water in the IKEA glass again, of course, because nothing's better than IKEA, obviously. Alright, so we have seen the Christo. Sorry for that. And now I'm gonna show you the next adapter of his style called David Tallas. I believe that he's from I guess it was Hungary, but Dave Tallas anyway now reached 80,000 followers, not copying but being inspired by the same style as Christo created. So let's dive into the content and see how he is actually working with those slides. So let's scroll down. You can see that he uses some images that were kind of similar, or they're actually reposted from Christo. That is very clever. And yes, again we can see a lot of typography. And what is Dave Tallas into is actually teaching other people how to grow on Instagram. He calls himself a doctor, or Instagram doctor, which is a great title, Dave. I really like that. And let's just pick some of his let's maybe this headlines one. It has 2,000 likes and 180 comments. Headlines, right? So we can immediately spot that the first slide or first picture is very catchy, so it really sort of catches your attention, and therefore you stop when you're scrolling down Instagram and just, oh wow, I want to see what's behind these headlines. And this picture of the guy with whatever he has on his hats. Anyway, so let's go. Dave, how do you come up with new content ideas? Well, I'll let my subconscious work for me. What do you mean? It's simple. I only think in headlines. I've developed an intuition for it. Intuition? Yes, let me explain. As we go along our days, we get bombarded with ideas all the time. Whenever I have a post idea, I try to come up with a killer headline for it. If I can't, it's usually a bad idea. Okay, but what's a killer headline? A killer headline is a short, specific, and creates tension. It sparks curiosity. One must read. Typing, you see. So now, it's so engaging, right? Because there's this chat sort of format, and I just really want to know the questions and as well the answers. I see. How can I become better at coming up with headlines? Well, make a list of all headlines that grab your attention. Study them and try to figure out why they work. Then practice writing your headlines. So it's just study and practice. Well, how do you become better at anything in life? Deliberate practice. Indeed, perfect practice makes perfect. And that was the last slide. Here he has a small call to action in the corner to like his content. Unfortunately, on Instagram, it's actually here on the right, but I will give him a like because it was great content again. So I've been following Mr. Dave for quite a while already, and yeah, I think in the past 2 weeks he just grew like 20,000 followers, and that's what's that? Maybe I will cut this because it was so amateur, like just speaking to the camera and then forgetting what you wanna say. Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Jesus, but I will drink to that. Anyway, so it was it was great. And so Dave Tallis is a great example of an adopter of Christos styles, and I think that he is making a career on just talking about Instagram and teaching people or you how to grow, and he gives you all those insights. And I guess that you can buy one of those courses that he has on how to grow and all the tactics. And it's definitely not just about posting great images with great content and educational things, but there is also a lot behind engagement that you definitely need to do on Instagram as well. So that was Mr. Dave Tallis. And the last Instagram account that I'd like to show you today, before you're gonna go to bed, and I will too, is Mother of Social Dragons. Her name is Lunk. Yeah, I don't know how to read it, even though I'm Asian. She's probably Asian too, but lives definitely not in Asia, I guess. How do I know that? Just guessing, based on the colors. Anyway, so she is probably doing, I guess, almost the same as Mr. Tallis, but in a different way. I think she has different personas that she's targeting. And what I really about this account, and the reason that I'm showing it to you, is her grit and her way of visualizing the content. So she uses this nice violet color with the red or orange, and then she puts it into great grid that is really working. And I just immediately click on follow when I saw this while diving into Instagram and all those beautiful accounts. So what she does is, in a way, teaching people the same thing, but in just different and her own style way. Let's click on the niche, the F stars down. And again we can see that it's a carousel with 10 slides, and let's just go quickly through. So, are you Apple, Disney, or Coca-Cola with trillions to spend on ads? If not, then stop chasing everyone. Appealing to everyone means you are pandering to the mass population of average people. Don't strive to be another's average brand for mediocre people. Strive for exception. You don't need everyone to like you, just the right people. Ah, I see. That's a great, actually, insight and information for all those creators as you are or me. Maybe I'm a creator, maybe I'm not. I'm just, I just can't go to sleep, so that's why I'm here with you, checking Instagram through web browser. Very clever. What is the smallest group of people who you can serve and give value to? Start with serving no more than 250 people and cultivate your tribe. This is what Seth Godin calls your smallest viable audience, or SVA. Yeah, so she recycles ideas and information from Seth Godin, who is like a god of marketing and other things too. He looks a little bit similar to Mr. Christo. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. Do everything and give everything to serve your SVA, ride or die. Okay. And let's see what's on the last slide. Takeaways. I see. So now she's, summing up everything that she said before. And again, it's a great educational material, right? Stop chasing everyone. Seek out people who want better, not average. Live or die in the service of them. Yeah, so these points I've heard from Seth Godin, actually. So she does really get inspiration from him. Again, great typography in a way, some way. And and I believe that she also has a great career on being just an Instagram strategist. That's how they call themselves now. And yes, that was the last account or profile. I think I should speak more with this Czech accent because I hate pronouncing in a very proper way. Maybe I would say proper way in Czech dialect English. So I will now also sum up what we just walked through. I don't really think that anyone survived until this point watching this video, but if you did, I would definitely like to sum up what we have just observed. So basically, there is this new trend or odd, whatever, on Instagram where I need to drink. I think they drink too much drink in the podcast, so I apologize for that. Or I actually don't, but you need to drink too, I guess, if you were watching this for already 15 minutes. So there's this new trend on Instagram where people are creating slides. Those slides are very specific in a way that they are usually educational. They're strong on typography and really good images. What that's do is it catches your attention, and then based on that, Instagram knows that this content or that is valuable for other people, so it shows also that to another. And that's the whole point of Instagram. It wants you to stay as long as possible on the platform, and also other social medias like that. So those carousels are really great. Those carousels are great way to grow the audience organically on your profile. I have somehow tried it too on my Tangis account. You can definitely check it out. It is very time consuming to create such a content because you really need to sort of make it beautifully looking, as well as you need to give a proper story, as well as educate people at the same time. So that's really challenging, and if you are into Instagram and want to grow, just really try it out. And I am now going to bed, and you should too.